Hello, testing. Good evening, everybody. Hope y'all have been doing well. I just want to start off with some chatting for a little bit before we jump into the main thing, which is learning Godot. I've been on quite the busy side of things lately, especially with work, and just like kind of existing. Hyper Robo Tangurus, hello Nethyr, how are you? I'm doing well. I've been through some stressors. If you are aware of social media, you know what's up. I personally don't want to talk about it too much just because, like, I want my streams to be a happy place right now. And I feel like I've been going through a whole lot. And I just need things to calm down for myself. Honestly, like, I literally just can't talk about it because, like, it's just been tough. But over the weekend, I touched a lot of grass. I went outside. I ate at an Indian buffet. I had 3 plates of food. I am very proud of myself for how much I'm eating. You're doing all right? Good. Good. Better than bad. Yes, had 3 plates of Indian food. It was so good. And all of it was $17.95. And I was like, this is affordable in digital California, digital LA. So I was like, bruh, I want to go here more often, but it takes me a while to get over there, so, you know, it do be like that. What else? Oh, I've also been watching X-Men 97. I have never watched or consumed anything X-Men related besides the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, which honestly, I've enjoyed it so much. But when I watched X-Men 97, I was pretty much shocked at how much stuff happens in X-Men, and I'm like, wow, this stuff is real, because the metaphor of mutants being like minorities, like, wow, I related a bit too much. So when I was watching the first couple episodes, I was like, hold up, I need to have a little break, because it was just a bit like too much as in I related so much to what was happening that I was like, I need to calm down before I end up crying and seeing something that's like, wow, this resonates with me so much. So we're like, okay, let's take a little breather. Oh man, I keep getting distracted by my closed captions, so I'm just hiding the closed captions behind my OBS window. And yeah, so as you see by the title, I'm gonna be learning more Godot. Beyond the tutorial from the official documents, I'm gonna just jump in and start making classic games. Why classic games? Well, I felt like, what if we just dove into a bit of games history and a bit of and just like learning how these games are made and trying to apply it to an engine, but also teaching myself like, hey, how are these games made? Because I feel like if you want to understand game design and making games, learning how to remake something can put you at the right step forward, I think. Mainly because if I try to just make something from scratch, I would just be like a little bit confused, a little bit a little bit intimidated, so gotta be careful about that. Whew. I just need to take a little bit of a breather, because, like, it's also been really, really freaking hot lately, and I'm just like, the heat is getting to me, the heat is getting to my cat. I'm trying my best to survive right now, and I'm just like, so much heat. Ooh, and I recently bought some cute new shoes from Doc Martens. I'm pretty happy because, like, they have a little bit of purple, and I'm like, okay, this is nice. And I know I said that my favorite color was gray, but I still like purple in general. It's just not my favorite, which is kind of funny that it's like that. But anyways, we should probably like talk a little bit more about Pong. And also, this music kind of like distracts me, buddy. It's okay. I just need some other types of music. It's specifically synthwave music. Let me see the title. Where's the title? It's from Lo-Fi Girl, Synthwave Radio, Beast to Chill, Game 2. So, the reason why I wanted to start with Pong in particular is that, according to Wikipedia, Pong was the first commercially successful video game. and it helped to establish the video game industry along with Magnavox Odyssey. And it's the first home video game console. And I was like, what better way to start than one of the first games that really established the industry? And it was set on it was set in an arcade machine, and it was distributed by Atari, which is pretty cool. And it's really funny. Pong was made as a training exercise, but because it was so fun, they decided to make it a real product. So I was like, hey, if it was a training exercise back then, I'll use it for myself to train. And let me see, what year was this made? What year was this made? Okay, so Pong was released in 1972, which is about 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. That's around almost 50 years ago. And that's super cool. So like almost 100 years, just halfway there. Oh man, and apparently like Atari released a home version of Pong exclusively through Sears retail store. If you still know what Sears is, oh my goodness. But I feel like most people don't remember what Sears is, but it's an old retail store. It used to like exist and sell a bunch of department store related stuff, but now it's gonzo. It does not exist. It do be like that. Anyways, okay, let's start things. Where is my video? No, that's not it. That's Twitch. Buffer, no, that's not it either. Where is the video that I wanted to reference? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna show this on my screen so that y'all can see what I'm trying to learn. Oh man, I want to get it without the ads. Stinky ads. Okay, this can work. This can work. Like right there. And then let's change scenes. There we go. Alright, this is what I'm going to be referencing. It's a beginner Godot tutorial by Coding with Rust. And I was like, you know, I think this is not too bad for a tutorial. I usually prefer not to have video tutorials because I can get a little distracted, so, you know. Also, I kind of want to lower the music a little bit, just so that it's a bit more easier for me to listen to. Okay, cool. Or, well, I can, like, lower the volume here. Oh, hey, food. Eats all— No! Likeable, no! How dare you? Jeez. What are you doing? 2. Pong was one of the first, but after the market crash in the West, ROB and the NES was what re-sparked the market. ROB was the major thing that helped, as it allowed Nintendo to market the NES as home computer, a toy for the whole— Oh, what's ROB? I want to look at that one. Because honestly, like, even though I work in video games and I love video games, there's a lot of games that I personally don't know about. Just because, like, hey, I came from a much later period of time, so it's good to learn more. Okay, so it's called ROB. ROB Video Game NES. I want to know what that is. It's a robotic operating buddy, a toy robot accessory for the NES. Oh, so what did this do? Oh, for toy. Okay, I see. An accessory. Oh, it's a little guy. It's really cute. Oh, it has the same color scheme as NES. Nice. And it was the key to the NES. Ooh, okay. Only 2 games in the robot series, Gyromite and Stack Up. Okay. I've grown up with a lot of Nintendo games, and even I did not know about this. So this is really cool. Ooh, okay. And ROB. Okay. Hi, Griel. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I'm just chatting with people. Oh, and since I'm changing things up, let me edit things. Okay, where's the thing? No, that's not the thing. That's not the thing. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see myself. That's embarrassing. Where? Okay, I don't want to remove channel. I want to change my categories. The way it would work, it would move spinners between the pads on its base, and it would control the game via them. Gotcha. Okay. Let me see. Where is the thingy? Okay, yeah, I had to edit the stream info, and then edit the stream info to... what sort of category? Obviously game development, because that's what we're doing. Also, if I seem a little bit more quiet, it's because I'm focusing. But if you guys have anything you want me to, like, respond to, just let me know in chat and I'll respond, okay? So today will be a lot of learning for me as much as I can. Learning about Pong, one of the first, like, video games out there. This was specifically in an arcade. Let's see here. There's a lot of so yeah, I'm looking at this. There's a lot of history. Rob is more known for his appearance in Smash Brothers. Oh, interesting. I was looking forward to catching this stream. Yay! I'm glad. Okay. Also, how's the sound? I hope it's not too loud. Cause like I want to make sure y'all can hear a little bit of the background music and myself along with this video.
Originally released in 1972 by Atari, Pong is...
I feel like y'all can hear that. Y'all can hear that. Okay. So I'm going to be listening to this video a little bit and then following step by step. You guys can follow along with me. But yeah, I wanted to share this live because I feel like when you're starting out in coding, it can feel intimidating. Like really, really intimidating. Because like, what if you mess up? What if you do something bad? And I kind of want to show that it's okay to make mistakes at the beginning. It's part of learning. And honestly, part of me does feel very embarrassed to do this because learning something from like the beginning is a very personal thing. But I felt like, you know, it'd be good to document that I am learning. Because like, I want to be able to look back in a year and just be like, wow, I really grew as a programmer. Because like, honestly, even though I've helped make games, I never was like really, I never handled the programming side of things. So I was like, I want to learn more about this so that I understand more about this industry. It's for myself, but also like, hey, I want to encourage other people to learn with me if they can. All right, let's do this. Can you restart from the beginning, please? I'm gonna reset. Oh, it's a freaking commercial. Okay. We didn't want the commercial. Oh, what the? Oh my god, Brax! No! Brax, no! Oh gosh, that got me. Bruh, I was like, huh? I wasn't watching that anime. I haven't started watching it, but I've seen a clip from it that I was like, I can't believe they referenced that so soon in an anime. It's insane. Anyways, hi! Hi, Brax, welcome on in! I hope your finger is doing well, because I've seen on social media that it's not doing well. Oh, boyo! Hello. Little boyo. Yes, y'all can make little sound effects and scare me if you want. Please don't scare me, though. I'm trying to learn, okay? Don't distract me from my learning. Okay. Let's start. No! I want to start from the beginning, but sending me another ad? Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, I've been off social media to dodge MHA spoilers among. Yeah, I finished it. I will not say my take. Your blurb didn't. It did play. It did play. It burst in my ears. Yeah, it played. It did play. Ah. I want. Okay. I want to start it from the beginning. To the zero. To zero. No, stop. Just stay there.
Originally released in 1972 by Atari, Pong is one of the earliest arcade video games. It was initially intended to be a warm-up project for a new engineer, Alan Alcorn, to familiarize him with game development. He went on to create the prototype, connected it to a black and white TV, and the game
The arcade
was born.
machine.
To recreate the game in Godot, first of all go into project settings, then into the
Project settings? Where's the window? Where's oh wait, this project science. And then to Windows. Okay. Then from there to the
Play window size and make sure that it's set to 1152 for the width and 648 for the height.
1152, 648. We're good there.
I then create a Sprite 2D node.
Okay, other node. Maybe close this. Close this. Other node. And then Sprite 2D. Sprite 2D. I think it's just a regular Sprite 2D. Yeah, not animated one. It is slowly healing. That's good. Honestly, I'd say a fun thing to look at for video game history stuff is looking at old video game magazines. Why would you mention video game magazine to my face? Didn't you Game Informer closed? Oh my goodness. I can't believe you... Okay, so when I saw the news about Game Informer, I was like really, really freaking bummed out. Because, like, I grew up reading Game Informer, and their office is closed. The account doesn't exist on Twitter. Sorry for yelling, but like, Game Informer no longer exists. Officially. And, yeah, you can't... They don't publish anymore. GameStop closed them. So it doesn't exist. Since 2010? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Wait, did you just find out through me? Oh no, buddy. Okay. Let me get it for you. So, this is the website for Game Informer right now. This is what showed up. Game Informer, the final level, farewell from Game Informer. After 33 thrilling years of bringing you the latest news, reviews, and insights from the ever-evolving world of gaming, it is with a heavy heart that we announce the closure of Game Informer. From the early days of pixelated adventures to today's immersive virtual realms, we've been honored to share this incredible journey with you, our loyal readers. While our presses may stop, the passion for gaming that we've cultivated together will continue to live on. Thank you for being part of our epic quest, and may your own gaming adventures never end. This hurts! Like, what the hell? Like, my first Game Informer issue, I think was when Dark Souls came out, and it was like a whole Dark Souls cover, and I was just so enamored by, like, how it was printed in GameStop, and it was just so sick. Game Informer is how I found out about Undertale. Damn! But yeah, Game Informer is closed, and I'm really sad about that because like that's a part of my childhood, like reading it in GameStop and stuff. It was so much fun, although the magazines were kind of expensive, but like they were just so well done. I wish I was subscribed, but like yeah. So yeah, a little bad news there, unfortunately. I hope someone archives all the issues online somewhere. Probably. I'm not too certain. You would probably have to scour the internet. But I would not be surprised if there was an archive somewhere. Somewhere in the world. Let me see here. Where is my little tutorial? There it is. Okay. So we got the height. Cool. We're making our sprite 2D. Cool. I believe we're putting in the background.
And this is going to be my background. I'll rename it to main, and then I need to load over my image into the texture property. I've got this background image here, so I drag it over into the texture.
Okay, to drag to texture. So click on this. I need to apply to this texture, but let's rename.
What are you into? I like this. It's very grown up.
No! No! How dare you? No way. Y'all, I swear. I can't believe it. I got rickrolled on my own stream. It's what I get for giving y'all freedom. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to code main. Okay, and then we get the BG asset. We put this into the texture. Okay, and then it's here. This will be our Pong background. The freaking Peppa Pig audio. Oh, I'm so offended. So freaking offended.
I then go into the offset and I untick centered to position it correctly.
Oh, okay, so the offset, beep bop, you go here. Okay. Here we go.
If I zoom in on this line, you can see the edges of it are actually a little bit blurry. I go into the texture down here and change the filter to nearest.
Oh! Texture. Filter nearest. So let's see how. Okay, I want to see how clean does it turn. So it went to inherit, which is blurred. The nearest. Oh, that really cleans it up. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Alright. So whenever I make a node, I can add a texture to it. So I could do this for a character too, but this works for background. Okay. 2. If I had the points, I'd ban the word no! Don't you dare! That would be so mean. I would just have to say table tennis.
And that sharpens up the image for me.
Being bullied
I
by
then
my
create
chat.
the player paddle.
Oh, okay. Player paddle. So what he did was add child node, right? No, okay. Add child node. Okay, and then
I'm going to create a static body 2D.
static body 2D. Static. Where is it? Static body 2D. Being bullied by chat is a time-honored Twitch tradition. For some reason, I don't understand. It just is. And then thingy. Let's see here.
Node and rename it to player.
Oh.
This node then needs a couple of child nodes. The first one is the color rect.
Okay, so turn it into player. And then make some child nodes. So add child. So it's color rect. Okay.
And the second one is going to be a collision shape 2D node.
Collision shape 2D node. Okay.
And that gives me this little rectangle up here. And I'm just going to change the size of it. So I go into the transform property and I set the width to 20 and the height to 100.
So transform. Okay, to select. Or no 20 empty. Skew scale. That's just the position. Transform. Wait, oh, it's under control. Okay, so it's under color rect, and then for the actual shape. Okay, and then where's the transform? Hello. So control layout, and then transform, and then turn this to 20. And then 120. Okay, so that is the paddle, the first one.
120 pixels. It's currently being positioned from the top left, so to change that, I set the anchor preset to center left.
Center left. Change the preset of its anchor. Okay.
To be able to detect collisions, I need to use this collision shape 2D node. I'll define a rectangular shape.
Okay. So then we need to define the collision. So shape would be rectangle. Okay. And I believe the next step is basically to have this aligned with here. Good thing it's already has the snap to grid because I enabled the smart snapping. So that helps. Okay.
And then I just need to adjust the size of it to match my paddle. It's easier to do this if you turn on this grid snapping option.
Yes, I did watch a little bit ahead of time.
Snapping option that just allows me to snap to the edges of the piece. Once done, I can position the whole paddle correctly. I go into the transform and change the position to 50 by 324.
So go back to player and then go to, is it transform? Add, yeah. And then the numbers were 50.
And now it's sitting
50 to 324. Okay. 50 324. And then it should be at the center left. Like so. That's the starting point for our paddle. Huh. I've also been watching a 17-hour 4-part dissection of the sweet life of Zach and Cody on Yeah, that one was a fun show. It was a really fun show.
nicely in the middle of the left-hand side of the screen. I then select these 3 nodes and go into duplicate. I'll rename this one.
Okay, so I did everything correctly. So what I did, the collision shape is a rectangle, apply it all over to the paddle so that when the ball hits, it can actually interact. Position everything. The color rect is specifically a colored rectangle, I'm assuming, and it's a white rectangle. I could probably make it a different color if I wanted it to, but let's just start with the basics, and then we can customize this a little bit later. And then let me see here. Because, one thing I want to do is that I want to put all of these little classic games together and make them chat mini games whenever I go on break. So y'all could play a game and then play it here. And then I'm thinking that with chat, they would just say up or down to have the paddle go up or down to go hit to bounce the ball back. That's what I'm thinking personally, but I just think it's a cool idea. So we'll see how much I grow from here. But yeah, color rectangle is the actual rectangle you see. And then you just select all and then duplicate. So we have player 2. I'm assuming what we're gonna do is readjust the numbers for its positioning. That's what I'm thinking. But let's watch the video.
To CPU, and this is going to be the AI controlled paddle.
Yes, there will be a game AI involved. Basically me. So CPU. I mean, we could call it Nethyr too, but let's just go with CPU.
I'll need to make sure that it's repositioned, so I go into the transform property and change the X position to 1082. So now this paddle is on the
for it to be on the opposite side. Okay, so transform 1082. Yeah, and now it's on the other side. Let's go. I'm gonna save my scene before I make a mistake. Maybe not yet. Also, did you hear that FNAF is coming to Dead by Daylight? Yep, good thing I don't play that game. Because I get scared easily, and I don't really want to be scared by animatronics. I'm good. So, yeah. Okay. How are you feeling about it?
split side from the player paddle. For the ball, I'm going to use a different node type. I create
Ball.
a child node of character body 2.
Okay, so we're going to create node, child node, character body 2D. Yep.
2D. Similar to the paddles, this also needs a color rect node and it needs a collision shape 2D node.
Oh, okay. So color. I'm kind of surprised it's a color rect. So does it not mean color rectangle? I guess not. And then from there, we're going to get a collision shape 2D. Collision shape 2D. There we go.
So you want to start a
What
coding
the?
career?
Ah! Ads everywhere. Oh, hello! Thank you for subscribing, Silver. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Hope you've been doing well, Silver Streak. Also, wow, my alerts don't really alert me. Did I forget to put a soundboard for them? Question mark. Hyped. The baller from Dead by Daylight is usually so good. Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen Nicolas Cage. It's rather impressive.
I'll rename this node to ball.
Ball.
And I can
Ball. Ball.
and then go into the color rect node and update the size of it inside layout and transform. It's too big right now, so I'm going to set it to 10 by 10 pixels.
Okay, gonna set it by specifically the color rect, and then the layout, and then we're gonna transform it to be 10 by 10. 10 by 10. Oh, that's gonna be a small little ball. Oh boy.
And then I'm going to set the anchor preset to center. So now
So it's anchor preset. Where's anchor preset? Eh? What? Oh wait, layout, anchor preset, center. Center. Okay.
the ball is going to be positioned from its center point.
Hmm.
This also needs a collision shape assigned, so I'm going to use another rectangle here and just resize it to match the shape of this ball.
Match it to ball. Okay. So you need a collision shape, so you are now rectangle. And then we smart snap. Okay, this is reinforcing how to make nodes that are like interactable and stuff. So you go here. You go there. Okay.
Now I want this ball to be positioned in the middle of the screen. So I go into the ball node, and inside of the transform property, I can set the x coordinate to 576, which is half of the screen width, and 324, which is half of the screen.
Okay, very random numbers, but we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna go to I believe, no, it's not this one. Transform? Yeah, position. So, man, those numbers are random. 576, 576 and 324. Yes, I see the numbers in here. So 576. Okay, he should be now at the center. Yep, it's at the center, and then 324. 324. Now it is at the center.
Height. So the ball looks like it's disappeared, but it's actually just sitting there exactly inside of that middle divider line. Now I'm going to set up borders around of my game board. For this, I'll create another child node, which will be a static body 2D, same as the pad.
Okay, so we're gonna make a border.
There's going to be two collision areas, one above and one below. So I need to create two collision shaped 2D nodes as child elements of this node.
Okay, so we are going to add another child, so static body 2D, and then have two collision shapes. So add child node, and then it's called static body. So I'm assuming that with static body, it doesn't move, hence the name static body. And then we're gonna have collision shape 2D. And then we're gonna duplicate it. So we have two of them.
I'll rename these nodes accordingly as borders, then as top, and the second one as bottom.
Okay. So borders, top, so I know where it's located, and then bottom.
And now just the same as before, I'm going to create rectangle collision shapes for them. I'll turn on this grid snapping so that I can see a little bit easier what I'm doing. And I'll just extend this to be the width of my
so that way you don't need to, okay, so, alright, I get it now. Okay, tangle shape. Okay. Wait, why could I just like make it, oh? Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna follow the tutorial and then go from there. Cause like what I'm seeing is I'm like, huh, I could have just made one and then duplicate it and then just drag it down. I could have done that, but it's okay. It's fine.
board and to just start right at the outer edge of it.
Okay, right at the outer edge. Okay, let's readjust it. Snip, snip, snip. Something like that. Okay.
Then I do the same with the bottom border, create a rectangle shape, drag it down here, and then make sure that it just starts at the limits of the board. And
you know, we're gonna delete the bottom. We're gonna duplicate this. And then we're just gonna drag it down because I'm like, I. Whoa. Oh. Interesting. Maybe I should not have done that. It's okay. And then let's do. That's what I get for trying to be a little creative. Little bit creative. Okay, and then snap it. Boop. Okay, the border should be good. It's a little bit uneven, but it's okay. This is supposed to do the thingy. Yes, I'm adjusting it to be a little bit more even. If I can't make the height of it not even, I can make the width of it even. Yeah.
Maybe extends just one grid size. It doesn't really need to go too far, as long as it has enough space to detect the ball passing through. These top and bottom collision shapes will mean that the ball is able to bounce off of them. The left and right is going to be a little bit different. I don't want the ball to bounce off. I want the ball to go off the screen and then to score a point for the opposite player. These will be created slightly differently. I'll set up another child node of my main scene, and this will be an area 2D node.
Okay, so another child, and this would be an area 2D. And we want to make sure it gets points, so...
Inside of that, I need to add in a collision shape, just like I did previously.
Okay, add a collision. Collision.
I'll rename this one to score left.
Oh. Score left. Okay.
And then I can create a rectangular collision shape just like I did with the top and bottom borders. So I'll extend it down here, and it's going to be just on the left hand side of my game board.
Okay, and then make a separate
thing
one
on the right hand side. So as an exercise, pause it here and try and do this yourself. For practice, you should...
Oh, pause it here and try to do it yourself. Oh, okay. Okay, there's a learning experience. Alright. Alright, but let me make this one first, because I know you just... This is where, like, collisions are really important, because, like, if it goes over this, and then they see that a point is detected when the ball hits here, it's gonna frustrate the player, because, like, oh, it didn't go inside. How did it count? So that's why collisions are really important. Gotta make sure that it's as exact as possible. Okay, so that is that one. Oh yeah, and same thing. You don't want a gap, otherwise you're gonna be like, oh, that's a loophole. Players will be mad. You don't want players mad. Mad players, not good. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we have the score left. And he said that I'm going to do it myself. So what I'm assuming I need to do is a score right. So we're going to get a child node. Add child node. It's going to be called an area 2D. And then from that area 2D, this will also have a collision shape. And then this collision shape will also be a rectangle. And you will go here, up there, and then snap. There we go. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I didn't name it. So this will be score right. There we go. Okay. And then I'm also going to save this. Not yet. When do I save it? I don't know. He didn't tell me when to save it.
Try and set these up manually, but I'm just going to duplicate these nodes with Control D, and I'm going to change this one to score right.
Oh.
Then I just need to move the collision shape over from the left hand side over to the right hand side, like so. It can
Well,
be a
I
bit
learned.
pernickety, so I'm just going to make sure I've got it exactly right and none of the areas are overlapping or missing. Oh yeah, I've got a little bit missing here, so just to tidy all those edges up. Okay, so now all 4 of the borders are covered with some kind of collision shape.
Yeah.
Since these borders are actually touching in the corners, we potentially will get some collision detection between the two. We only want collision between the ball and the borders, not the borders themselves. So to fix that, we can move them onto different layers. So if I go into my borders and I go into the collision set here, I can move them onto layer 2 instead of layer 1. Then I go into the ball, go into its collision properties, and make sure that under mask I'm selecting 1 and 2 so that it's colliding with everything that's on layers 1.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Okay, so collision will be on 2 instead. Okay, and then with the ball, we change the collision to include 2. But the layer is I'm assuming is a different, like, hey, this is where it's located. It does not exist on the same layer as another one. But with masking, it can interact with both. Let me see. Property collision mask. The physics layer, this collision object 2D scans. Collision objects can scan one or more of 32 different layers. Okay, done layer. Interesting. Okay. More you know.
And layers 2. That way it collides with everything that's on layer 1 and layer 2. Next I'm going to set up a heads up display that's going to show the scores. So I can create a new node.
Okay, so a new node for heads up display. Ball. CPU. I'm gonna save this scene. I'm gonna save it as main. Yeah, main scene so that it just appears there.
As a child, which is going to be a canvas layer node.
Okay. Main canvas layer. Canvas. What? I see. Oh, this one. Okay, canvas layer.
I'll rename this canvas layer to heads up display.
The HUD. HUD.
And add a child node, which is going to be a label.
Okay.
And I'll rename this one to player score. I'll set some initial text here as 0. This will be the starting score. And then change the alignment.
Whoa. Slow down. So I made the HUD the label. It's going to be called player score. Yeah.
To center for both horizontal.
And then we change the arrangement, the vertical alignment to center. Okay.
And vertical. Then I want to change.
Oh, same thing for horizontal, so center. Did I do it right?
The
I think
font
so.
type. So if I go into my theme overrides and into font.
So control, theme override, and then font. I can apply this font to here. There we go.
Fonts, I can load in this pixel font that I found online. So if I drag over, that will change the style of font. The font is a little bit small, so I go into font sizes and I'm going to set that to 50. So now the font is much bigger. Now I can position it correctly, so if I go into layout and transform, I'll set the X coordinate to 4, 5, 6 and Y to 5.
So transform. So control, then downward. Yeah, it's within players. Wait, huh? Is it not? It's not? Huh? Interesting. Oh. 0. There we go. And then it's nothing about transforming it, right? Where's the transform thingy? It's on visibility. Let me scroll back a little bit.
So now the font is much bigger. Now I can position it correctly. So if I go into layout and transform, I'll set the X coordinate to 4, 5, 6 and Y to 5, just to position it to slightly to the left of this dividing line. That takes care of one score counter. Now I duplicate this for the second score counter. I'll rename that to CPU score. And it's going to be exactly the same. I just need to move.
I don't want it
over.
50.
So
I want it 5. I don't want. Wait, the size. Oh, what did I do it wrong? Ah.
Set the x coordinate to 4, 5, 6 and y to 5.
Okay, so it's 50, 53. 4, 5, 6. And then something like that. Then I'll save scene.
Just to position it to slightly to the left of this dividing line. Now that takes care of one score counter. Now I duplicate this for the second score.
Then duplicate. Control D. And then rename it to CPU scores.
Counter. I'll rename that to CPU score. And it's going to be exactly the same. I just need to move that node over. So I go into its layout.
I go to its layout. Transform.
And I change the x coordinate to 6, 4, 8. The last node that I need to add is a timer. So I'll create another child node, set it up as a timer, and I'll rename this to ball timer.
Ooh, a timer. Okay. Setting up all the assets.
Create another child node, set it up as a timer.
Okay. So, another child node. Then timer. There we go. I'm also going to Control S. Save.
Timer, and I'll rename this to ball timer.
Ball timer.
In the properties, I'm going to leave the wait time to 1 second. I'll set it to a one-shot timer, and I will let it auto-start as soon as it's loaded. And that's all of the nodes set up, so I'm going to save this scene inside of the scenes folder, and then press F5 to run it.
Ah!
Select current, and we should be able to see the game.
Ah, so I did something wrong already. I should have put the scene somewhere else. Save scene. Let's move this scene over.
Coming up. So everything looks good, and now we can start on the script.
Okay, let's see what happens when I play it. Okay, so it does appear. I can't move anything, but the game exists now. It's in its own little window. Nothing can move just yet, though, but you're getting there.
Scripting to actually add in physics and movement. I'll begin by adding a script to my main node.
Script.
This is a Sprite 2D node, so the
Oh, it's already done. Is this already done for me? Hello?
first line is automatically populated to extend it. Then I'm going to define a couple of variables. The first one is the score. I want to track the score for both the player.
I think it's already done for me when I downloaded this.
An array. So the first index is going to be the player, the second index is the CPU, and that's what this note here explains. Then I'm going to define a constant variable, which will be the paddle speed, and I will set that to 500. That's how fast each of the two paddles will be able to move. I can save the script, and I can now add another one to the player. The player extends static body 2D.
And then I could add a script to the Oh, it'll be reused. Oh, okay, I see. It's already... Oh! Thank you for subscribing, Bester Guester. Hello, welcome! I am not being alerted for some freaking reason. Twitch is being rude. Hello! Good morning to you too! I hope you had a good nap. I know EU time is a bit late. Well, a bit early. It's a bit late for me. But so far, I already set up all my nodes. And I'm adding the scripts now so that I can have movement and physics. and I realized I technically already have all the scripts, so I'm just literally just gonna add them real quick. But it's gonna show me like, hey, these are the functions it has. So, yeah. I had a good nap, and yeah, it's 7 a.m., but I went to sleep early. Oh, nice, nice! I'm glad that you had a good sleep then. Okay, yeah, I can add the CPU script. The name already exists. We're just gonna load it in because apparently all the code is already part of everything. Hello, Issa, welcome! Marquis? When was I a Marquis? Question mark? Huh? Hello? I'm chilling out. And I realized that, the files I downloaded from this YouTuber, it already has all the code that he's talking about here, so I'll just add the codes one by one as we go through.
And it comes with a ready and a process function, which we'll get to shortly. For now, I just need to begin by defining a couple of variables. The first one is going to be the win_height variable, which will track the height of the game window.
You are Overlord Nethyr. Does he have all nobility titles? If I'm an Overlord... Okay, so from what I hear, Overlords are demons. I'm not a demon, I'm a homunculus, so I'm not sure if that's accurate. But I guess it works? Question mark? I'll accept it, but it's more like, Oh, thank you for the follow. Hello. You have raids off, so I linked you to my chat. I don't know if they're coming. Hi. Oh, Guppy, hello. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have raids off at the moment. It's due to security reasons. But hi, Guppy. Welcome on in. Hello. Thank you, Pathogen, for the follow. Hello. No, I totally get it. Don't worry. Okay. Guppy, how are you? Hello. Oh, hi, Corpzilla. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness. Hi, wonderful people. Yeah, you're doing good. I'm glad to hear. Oh yeah, you went to AX, right? I didn't go this year, but I hope it went well. My BF is staying over, so I was having him play FNAF. Oh, ooh, FNAF. I have feelings about FNAF, and the main feeling is me scared. Oh hey, Godot, love this program, right? Yeah, AX 2024 was so good. I heard it's better than last year's. Main reason because they actually had a cap on attendees, which is nice, but also like it was so freaking hot. So for me personally, I didn't want to go. It was better than last year for sure. Okay, that's good. That's good. Cause like I remember last year, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I'm glad that you had a good time. I got to go to the Spike Chunsoft panel again, and the English just like my Shinigami. Oh! They like your Shinigami cosplay. Let's go! Ooh. So rank code is available on Steam, and I do plan to play rain code. They took pics of you. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So the game that I'm making right now, I'm literally making Pong. Why? Because I want to learn Godot. Please, if you play, let me know. We must talk. Yes. Yes, of course. We need to talk again. Yeah, so I plan to play Raincoat, but after my re-debut. I want to show that game off when I have a bit more traction so that more people can play Raincoat, because honestly, it deserves love. And play other visual novels. Issa, the only thing that I know about Godot is that it's teen-based engine. Yeah, please, you are gonna love it. It's amazing. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Pong. I recognize the sequence of notes as something my Gamedev club a few months ago mentioned. Ah, I see. I went with Godot because I wanted to stick with at least one game engine, and the main games I'm interested in making are RPG Maker-esque games, roguelike mystery dungeon-esque. So I was like, okay, if I stick with RPG Maker, I can't really make like mystery dungeon-esque games because I really like those personally. And I would love to make like a VTuber mystery dungeon kind of game. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, so I have ideas, and that's why I'm sticking with Godot, because I only want to stick with one engine. Yeah, Godot is very comfy. Okay, I was gonna get ready to go to bed and play some Sly Cooper with my BF, so I'm gonna run since it's late. I love you so much, but yeah, it's been forever! You're literally one of the... Guppy, thank you! Thank you. Honestly, seeing you again cheered me up. Lots of things are happening. But yeah, it's nice to see you again. Have fun with your BF. Have a good time. Tell him I said hi. Yeah, Godot is very beginner friendly. So, my experience with games, I was the one making art assets and writing assets for the programmers I was hanging. He's watching you right now. Oh! Hi! Hello! That's cute. So cute. How was FNAF? I want to know your impressions on FNAF. Is it thumbs up or thumbs down? Because I tried playing the pizzeria FNAF. It was a spin-off, and I was like, this scares me. I was crying my eyes out because I'm such a freaking wimp, and my chat was making fun of me. I despise circus. Oh, just to mention circus, I remember what they look like. I hate them. I hate babies. Well, I hate clowns and babies. So both of them combined, I hate them even more. Yeah, it's totally possible in Godot. There's a whole tutorial online for a top-down RPG in Godot. Oh, perfect. Because, like, if I get into pixel art, and then I make, like, a little mystery dungeon, I might try making, like, fan VTuber games that are just mystery dungeon. I never played FNAF before. I've always wanted to do art for a game. Cool. Yeah! I know a little bit of art. I've done graphic design for, like, almost a decade, but I'm not that good. I'm rusty. But I'm like, okay, we can do that. Yeah, baby dressed as I don't like babies. I mean, I could entertain a baby, but these organisms are small and fragile, and I don't want to break a baby. Breaking babies bad. Oh, you watched a movie a few weeks ago? Ooh, how was that? I did not watch the movie because when I get scared, I get very violent. So I automatically react by punching something. When I was playing FNAF, I kicked my PC. So, you know, it's probably best for me not to stream FNAF if I'm going to hit my PC. Because I kind of need my PC to exist. Yeah, I react violently. Nethyr AI is not yet compatible with tiny humans. Tiny humans like me, but do I like tiny humans? Not that much. I feel like I don't want to mishandle tiny human. No, thank you. Also, tiny humans are full of germs, and I don't appreciate it. Like, you never know where their little hands have been through. They could have literally just been through trash, and their parents may not know, and they have to hold their little tiny hand. And I'm like, oh gosh, this child is probably picking his nose or something. Bester guess I've done a couple of games with Godot, but art is really hard. That's why I like to stick with kind of more simpler games so that I can like show it off with the art assets a little bit more. Cause like, for example, if you do a visual novel, very easy. It's just like you can have the same PNG but just change the facial expression and you're good. Backgrounds though, whoa, backgrounds are hard. Anyways, I'm gonna learn more Godot. I love chatting, but I'll say more things if y'all say more things. Yeah. But yeah, please don't put a baby nearby me. I will just stare at the baby and I wouldn't know what to do. But for some reason, when I stare back at them, they smile at me, and I'm like, I can't be mean to baby if baby is being nice to me. But if they are crying, I will leave. Okay, Godot, it uses GDScript, but if you know Python, Python is similar to GDScript. And I plan to learn Python myself so that I can do some data visualization. Because if you want to analyze humanity, you kind of need to know data visualization. And with that, I was thinking, hey, it'd be kind of cool to do some surveys with the VTuber community and analyze that data and talk about, hey, what does this data imply? I know there's a VTuber census that exists, but I want to do something like, oh, what is the best platform for VTubing? And then like have a couple questions about that. I think that'd be very fascinating to like have videos reporting on that and like have a whole data visualization thing happening. Except when you need pointers, that it is a headache. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Did I lose track? I know I have to make this, but when I downloaded the thing, it already had the coding. So I'm like, huh? I don't have the code. Hold on, I need to learn.
The second variable is p height, and this records the height of the paddle.
Wait. You know, I kind of realized I kind of sounded wrong. I wish I didn't play it when I was just rated. That's kind of embarrassing. And I have the humor of a child. Okay, we have to edit the p height. The int. I can't treat this seriously now. Interesting. I thought I was the violent one in video games, although I don't actually punch the console. Hey, I'm just explaining it, but I don't actively pursue punching consoles. Because, like, if I punch consoles and PCs, it's like punching myself, and that's not good. You can also use language like C#, C++, and Rust, but GDScript is the easiest one to use. How did Mappy go Friday? By the way, it was so much fun. I was grinding a lot. Oh, thank you so much for the lurk. Is that a kitty? Oh, is that a kitty? It looks like a kitty. That's also an Among Us. Is the cat an Among Us? And a kitty? How dare you? How dare you put something sussy? Yeah, C++ Godot base. Yeah, Godot is very flexible. I like it a lot. I tried looking at Unreal. Got intimidated. Tried looking at Unity. Stopped because of Unity's organization, and I don't agree with it. So Godot it is, and it feels very friendly. It's like, specifically the font they chose, it feels nice and easy on my eyes. Cat among us. Kitty cat among us. Sussy cat in my chat. Gosh dang. Oh, you missed the stream due to losing track of time. Oh no! It went well overall. It was really nice, and I found an outfit I really, really freaking want in Mabinogi, so I will be grinding for that. I will be grinding for that this Friday, actually. At any time I'm free, because it was an outfit that is in purple and gold, and you can hold a snake. So I was like, this outfit calls to me, and I look really nice. I don't know why. When I was young, I was dumb enough to not to know game engines existed, but smart enough to learn OpenGL, and it was not a good. Ooh, yeah, not the best idea. Not the best. Yeah, a snake. Yes, I like snakes. Snakes are pretty cool. I like their little boop snoot. They're cute.
Inside of the ready function, I can assign values into both of these variables. The first one is going to be the window height. To get the window height, I first need to get the viewport rectangle using this built-in Godot function. Then I get its overall size, and then I take the Y property of that size.
Oh, get viewport rectangles like the object, and then the size of that object and the location. What? Okay. Yes, snakes are cute. Yes, Kiri is very cute. Tell Kiri that she's cute. Whenever she's on, tell her she's cute. That is the main thing. Wisdom 0, smarts 10. Be like, listen. I kind of want to ask, do you guys think I have more wisdom stats or more intelligence stats? This is in terms of Dungeons and Dragons, though. Like in tabletop. Like, do you see me as more int or more whiz? And don't tell me about charisma. We all know my charisma is 0. I have no charisma, no riz. I would say whiz. Okay, you think I'm a whiz? Alright. So in D&D in terms, let me see. Is that D&D magic classes? Cause okay, more whiz? Okay. Whiz? Alright. Wisdom is most important for clerics, druids, monks, and rangers. Ooh. So it's okay. Hello, I'm a dude with a started working on a thing and somehow accidentally swapped my speakers to a different input. I'm just working along going, huh, you sure are being quiet for like 30 minutes. I thanked you for the subscription. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Yeah, right now just Godot and chatting and also asking the question, do you think I'm more of a wisdom build or an intelligence build? 2 people say wisdom. Wait, what am I doing? I could literally ask a poll on Twitch. I could just do that. I could just do that. I am silly. Let me put an actual poll for y'all. Okay, and create a new poll. Is Nethyr more built on wisdom or intelligence? Think D&D. Okay, wisdom versus intelligence. I hope I spelled intelligence right, because if not, that'll be really ironic. Yeah, I spelled it right. Okay. I double checked. Int versus whiz. Or you could put other if you want to annoy me. Someone's probably gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna allow additional votes so that y'all can like see who wins. I'll put it for 5 minutes. Go ahead, vote on the poll. Here's the poll. You may answer. Lore-wise, int build. Ooh, what's Godot? Godot is a game engine, and with this game engine, you can make many types of games with it. I am making Pong in this. I say int because artificer is int. Oh, you think I'm an artificer? Interesting. Very interesting. I can see why. But keep in mind, I did not reveal my full lore. I only revealed bits and details, so the rest of it is probably like headcanon at that point. Okay, I'm gonna play more. So, win height, get viewpoint. AIs are all about intelligence, not wisdom, so I gotta pick int. Okay. I like Order of Scribe Wizard, but that's int too. Okay.
So it's just the height. To get the pattern.
I'll continue learning as you vote on the poll. You can also try rigging the poll if you want, and then I'll see. Alright.
Height, I can do the similar thing. So my
p height
variable is equal to my color rect node, which is a child node of my player, this node here.
Okay.
Then I get its size using this built-in Godot function, and I take just the y property of that.
So the y of this object is the p height. Okay, I'm kind of getting it. I wish I could write it, but like, I literally just say, hey, put the script, and then it does the thing, so.
It gives me just the height. Now I can move on to the process function, in which I'm going to handle player input. The input I want to look for, first of all, is when we press the up key on the keyboard.
Oh,
so if that
UI
action
up.
is pressed, then I want to do something. And that something is that I want to move the paddle up. Moving the paddle up and down means I need to adjust its Y position. So I will decrease the Y position by that paddle speed variable.
Also, what's Order of Scribe? I'm kind of curious. What's that? Order of Scribe. Oh, Order of Scribes. I have not played a lot of Oh, hello! Oh, thank you for subscribing! Thank you! We're just talking a little bit of D&D, because I'm asking chat, do they think I'm an intelligence build or a wisdom build? Wisdom are usually more for divine or nature-based stuff. Intelligence more for magic and science. Oh, okay. I just like to see what people think based on what they know about me. It's more fun. And yes, I am halfway, well, 1/4 through the tutorial. It might take a while because I also chat quite a bit.
Which is going to be paddle speed.
So I'm following along even though I'm not really coding it because it keeps giving me the thingy. But I'm trying to understand reading it, because if I know how to read it, then I know what I'm doing. Hiya! Charisma is the other one for if the power is from a force of will or naturally inherited magic. Ooh. Huh. Do I have Riz chat? I'm sorry, that was very cringe of me to ask. But I can't help it. I'm a little bit cringe, okay? Even I accept that. Although, like, if you're a VTuber, you automatically have some level of cringe. It's just that some VTubers are more cringy than others. So, actually, how cringy do you think I am? I'm kind of curious. Warlocks also have charisma, but they have to be charming enough to get a patron. Oh.
Multiplied by
I have
delta.
to think about that.
Delta, as this comment up here explains.
Oh, delta, called every frame. Delta is the elapsed time since the previous. Oh. Okay.
Is the elapsed time.
Your voice quivered when asking. Listen. The question of asking if I have Riz is just like, it feels very embarrassing. I feel like the stream is just me being embarrassed because I'm showing like how much I don't know about the programming side of things, and it's a little embarrassing, but I want to learn. So I will show my embarrassment because streaming, something that I want to do, helps me concentrate on what I need to do. If I do it by myself, I will get distracted. Y'all are keeping me on track. Although, even though I'm technically being distracted by you, by chatting with you. Anyways, I'm learning. That's what matters. Program feels like it feels like, very, very wizard. I can see that. Also, fun fact, when I do play D&D, I usually play druids or sorcerers, or I have played a wizard in Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. But usually I like to play druid. To make my case to chat, int equals artificer crafting skill, wizard. So Silver Street thinks I'm an artificer. Interesting. I get it. It's fun to make work. Yeah, I love co-working streams. It's so fun. It makes me motivated.
Time since the previous frame. Using this delta variable means that the game runs at the same speed regardless of your frame rate or how powerful the computer.
That one's going to take a while for me to digest, so I will accept that delta is just related to like the time from the previous frame. That's it. Oh, seems like the poll is done. View results. What is the result? Oh, okay. So 2 people say intelligence, 2 people say other, 1 person says wisdom. Interesting. Okay, but what did people meant by other? I'm assuming silver is one of them for saying... Wait, no, you chose intelligence. What would you guys choose as other? What would be my main stat? Okay, what are the main stats in D&D? Alright. What is the... Okay, you said int, yeah. So... Alright. There is strength... Dexterity, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. For other, I'm assuming people are saying Charisma. I see. So y'all think I have Riz? Oh my gosh. I'm flattered. I'm kidding. I don't think I have Riz like that. But like, oh, Grio, that. We okay. No charisma. No, I don't have charisma at all. Charisma is not for chinchilla. I am not. I have no charisma. I have no chinchilla. Done. You're done.
Here I'm getting an error that says that identifier paddle speed is not declared in the current
Paddle speed not declared in current
scope. Well, the paddle speed variable is created inside of this main script, but that is a different script. That is a script that's inside of the parent node of the node that I'm trying to work on right now. So I need to access that variable by looking inside of the parent node. And to do that, I can add a prefix here, which is get_parent.
To get paddle speed from get
picks
parent.
up any variables that are inside it, such as paddle speed. This will allow me to move the paddle up the way. I'll do the same thing for moving the paddle down using an elif statement. This time I'm checking.
So if the action pressed is up, it goes up, and that up is calculated by the paddle speed within the parent, and it's based off like the elapsed time of that paddle speed, while the other one's just the opposite. Silverstreak, I am life bonded for over a decade now, so I have 0 Riz by default and design. Let's see, Falcon says, Order of Scribe Wizards would be amazing programmers. For every 2 hours, it takes other wizards to copy a spell, then copy it in 2 minutes. Oh. That'd be kind of interesting, like, bringing those, like, D&D concepts into a more modern setting. Like, imagine if... No, oh, man. Imagine if Coffee Talk had a tabletop variant. Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. Cause like having urban fantasy is just a really cool concept.
For the action UI down, which is the down key on the keyboard. The line below is almost the same. The difference is that we're now adding
Oh, you adding? Oh.
rather than subtracting. I could run this code now, and if I press
Could run the code now. Okay. Okay, is the code in? Is the player script in? I feel like it is. Yeah, player script is already in. So window height, paddle height. If the input pressed is UI up, which is the up button, the position is subtracted, so it will go upwards based on the paddle speed. And delta times delta. Okay. Let's try to see if it moves. And then play. Oh! And then it works! Okay, it works. The input. Wow. The paddle moves! I didn't code it though, because literally what's happening is that the files already exist here. The files already exist. So it's like when I try to, for example, apply a script, it would just says, hey, file exists, it will be reused, load, and now the ball is already there, right? But I have the video try to explain it to me, and I try to understand and decipher it. Because, like, if I just let it do the work for me, I'm not learning. I want to learn how to freaking code. I want to learn all these variables. Speed measures in distance over time. So if you multiply a time interval, you will get the distance that the paddle translate on that. See, my brain right now is like, huh? It's because like if you tell me words and I can't visualize said words, it's not gonna connect. It's not gonna connect that easily. So just give me a little bit. I need to process that in my network, in my neural networks, and then I'll figure it out. But I appreciate the explanation. Thank you. I'm a little silly. I'm a little silly AI. But the ball is ballin'.
the up and down keys, I can move the paddle. What I need to do next is limit its movement so that it can't come off the top and bottom of the screen. I will do that inside the process function just underneath these inputs. Add a comment to say limit paddle movement to the window, and then I use the clamp function to clamp the Y position of the paddle.
Oh, so the position of what? Clamp position.
Between these two values here. Now if I run it again, I can only move as far as the edges of the screen. I can't go below the top and the bottom. And that's all that we need for this paddle, so I can save the script and I can close it down. Now I can begin working on the ball. So I'll go in here and add another script to the ball node. This extends the character body 2D node this time. We'll begin by defining a few variables, the first one being the window size, which is similar to one of the other scripts we created already. Next, I define 3 speed-related variables. The first two are constants. This one is our start speed. This is how fast the ball will begin every time we play the game. And then we have an acceleration, so that as the game progresses, the ball moves faster and faster. This last variable, speed.
So if it accelerates every 50.
Speed is the current speed. We will use both of the constants above to adjust our current speed. In addition to speed, we also need to know the direction, and that's what this variable here is for. This script came without a ready function, but we need one. So I'm going to add in a ready function, which will be called whenever the node enters the scene tree for the first time, which basically means as soon as this ball is created, we run this
when the
ready
ball
function.
is spawned.
Inside of it, I'm going to assign a value to this win size variable. I'll use this built-in Godot function again, get viewport rect, and I will take its size.
Get viewport size. For me, right now, my brain is trying to figure out, like, where did they get the viewport rect size? Where does that come from? Because I know it's trying to get the size of it from this. And if you get the size from that, it's equal to the win size.
Another function I'm going to define is a new ball function. The purpose of this function will...
Oh, it's a built-in function. Okay. It's built in.
Yeah. This is big brain time.
Yeah, big brain time. Welcome in, Salvi! Big brain. I really like that one, so thank you for playing it, because that's how I feel sometimes when I'm learning something new. Big brain time. Trying to understand it, try to ask questions, see what I could do.
Will be to pick a position and a direction for each ball that we begin the game with. In reality,
So function ready, this is when the ball first comes in. So if it's a new ball,
we only ever actually use a single ball. We only have one node for it, and we never delete it.
okay, good night too. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. See ya.
But whenever I run this new ball function, I'm going to reposition it at the beginning and give it a new direction. So that's what I'll add to begin with, is a comment to explain what we're going to do.
Oh, oh, I see. So the ready is like the first time when the game starts, it's always in that first place? Oh, bester guesser. That basically means that it's included in GD script, and Godot magically knows how it... Okay. It just knows. And I don't know it. Okay, it's just me having to learn the language of GD script at that point. It's kind of like knowing the articles like A and an and stuff like that. Okay. The original Pokemon Brick Bronze is back on Roblox for those who can... I don't even know what that is. I never played Roblox. So wait. No, I have played Roblox. It was actually work related. So I could understand the big games in the industry right now. But I have not actively played it. And I must say, the economy on Roblox is very concerning. That's all I will say. And it makes me not want to touch it because of how advertisement heavy Roblox is. Yes.
The X coordinate.
But I do want to play Dress to Impress. I've seen that game. I've witnessed that game. It sounds very fascinating. Yeah, and programming is usually called a standard library. Ah, I see. So like the specific... Oh! So you're increasing your vocabulary. Okay, and applying that vocabulary for your program. Okay. Okay, I can think of it that way. Oh, the thing that concerns me about Roblox is the child labor exploitation if its monetization develop. Yep! That is the exact thing that I am personally concerned about too. So don't worry, I understand. That's why I like how I work on adult games. Rated M games. Because, hey, I know it's for people that are more aware of their decision making. Too, you have to pay to upload so you can use items. So, like, why would you play Roblox? Why do people continue? I don't understand. Like, I can respect the people who work on Roblox, but like, oh my gosh, what? That's a good way to think about. Okay. So standard library, just the vocabulary, just like in the English language. Okay, I'm getting things. I'm slowly getting it. Slowly.
It is not going to be randomized. That's always going to be...
On lighter topics, watching all of this reminds me that I really need to dive back into the game engine templates I was building for GDevelop. Also, I need to dig into that Godot block coding extension that was... What's the block coding extension? Honestly, I just go with the basics and go from there. I don't want to make it too complicated for myself because my brain would be like, boom, implode.
half of the window size. So I want the ball always to start right in the middle of the...
Okay. To always start in the middle of the game, window size divide 2.
game. The y coordinate will be randomized though. I will use this rand_i range function to give me a random integer inside of a range. This range will limit the ball's y coordinate to anywhere between 200 pixels from the top or 200 pixels from the bottom of the game screen. Then I will define the speed variable, which is just going to be the start speed. Next, I need to pick a direction. And to start with, I just want a random direction. I'm going to have to create a function for this, which is going to be random direction
equals
random. So I'm going to call this
direction.
function, but I get an error because it doesn't actually exist yet. I'll go down here and I'll define this new function.
Okay.
To pick a random direction, I'll first of all create a local variable called new direction, and this will be a vector2 variable. The x direction can only be left or right. It can only go one way or the other. So for that, I'm going to create an array which contains 1 and -1, and I will use the pick random function to just pick one of those two values.
Okay, so establishing a new function to define the random direction. Okay.
The y direction node will have a lot more flexibility. So for this, I'm going to pick a random float from this range of -1 to +1. Now that I've assigned x and y properties to this, I can return that new direction variable. However, because it's a vector 2D, I need to make sure that I normalize it. This will mean that no matter which direction it's facing in, the length of that vector is always the same. At this point, we've got a position and a direction for the ball. However, we're not actually handling movement. This needs to be done inside of another function, which is physics process. Just like the process function from the other scripts we created, this is called every frame, and it can.
So right now this established the movement, but now the physics. Okay.
Contains a delta variable to make the game frame rate independent. Now we can move the ball using this built-in move and collide function. Inside here, I need to pass in the direction multiplied by the speed and multiplied by the delta variable. We've got most of the building blocks in for the ball. However, if I run it, still nothing happens. And that's because this new ball function never actually gets called. We want this function to be called based on this ball timer. So I can go into that node, go into the node tab at the top, and you'll see it has a.
So go here to the node. Okay.
A signal here called timeout. I can double click that and connect it into my main node. This will add an additional function into my main script.
Wait, main node? Hello?
Add some functionality.
Hello? What do you mean by main node?
Called timeout. I can double click that and connect it into my main node. This will add an additional function into my main script. So what I can do is
into my main script. Okay.
Is add some functionality inside of this function that will only happen whenever this ball timer ticks over the 1 second wait time. And the functionality I want is to run that new ball function from my ball node. But that function is inside of a different node. So how do I get that ball here? If I click on that ball node and drag it over, I can now access the functions inside of it.
Ooh. Okay, and that's the function inside of it. Okay.
So I can call new underscore ball. If I run the game now and wait 1 second, the ball fires out in a random direction.
Oh, okay, let's see. Does it work? I want to see the ball. Oh, what the? Ah! Wait, huh? Okay, I think it's because I added the CPU already, so that's how it's supposed to work. Anyways, yeah, okay. Okay, we don't have the timer one, but it does work because I applied the script for the CPU. That's why it's already moving. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see.
We still need to add some code into this ball script, but I'm going to come back to that. First, I'm going to add some functionality into the CPU node. I will create another script that will attach to that node.
I already have the CPU script here.
Scripts, I'm going to begin by defining some variables. The first one is the ball position. When we play the game, we can see where the ball is, and we move the paddle to intercept it. So the AI needs to do a similar thing. It needs to know where that ball is actually positioned to be able to move towards it. And that's what this ball pose variable is.
Oh yeah, and Silverstreak says, it's a UI extension for Godot that replicates GD script into blocky style visual scripting instead of type code. So instead of having to type if object A vector 3 greater than 5, it's abstracted out into visual blocks that you can drag, drop, click into drop downs, etc. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's kind of like Unreal then. Is that right?
Going to store. Next, I create a variable called distance, which will be the vertical distance between the AI paddle and the ball. Then I have a variable called moveBy, which will define how far the AI paddle should move. And lastly, a couple of variables that we're already familiar with from the other scripts.
Wind height.
These are the window height
and the paddle height.
Inside my ready function, I'm going to get my window height and paddle height assigned. So this code is exactly the same as what I used in the previous script, so I'm not going to go into that again. And then we can jump over into the process function, which is where the paddle is going to move. I'll add a comment to say move the paddle towards the ball. The first thing I need to do is work out where the ball is currently positioned. The ball node is another
Yep, a bit like blueprints, but with some even more abstracted logic options if you want them. You can literally just say move object 5 seconds instead of having to deal with vector 2D. Oh! It says the vector 2D. I see. Okay, that's cool. Good to know.
Child node. So the CPU and the ball are both child nodes of the main node. To access the variables from that, I can again just drag it over like this, and this will give me the functions as well as the variables that are inside of that ball node. So what I actually want to do is take the position of that ball and assign it into the ball pause variable. Then I need to work out how far away the ball is from the paddle. And that's what this distance variable is going to do. I'll take the current paddle position and I'll subtract the ball position from it. Now that I have these variables, I can move the paddle. So first I need to calculate the move by variable, which I'll do in a similar way as I did with the player paddle. I get my parent's paddle speed variable and I multiply it by delta. With that done, I can update the paddle's y coordinate using this move by variable. And then I remember from the other paddle, I need to restrict the movement to the top and bottom edges of the screen using this clamp function. If I run this game now, the paddle always moves to the top of the screen, regardless of which direction the ball is actually going in.
Ah, that's the later code. So if you look here. Yeah, so ball position, process, limit. Oh, it's adding more details here. Okay.
So each time, whether it's going up or down, the paddle moves up the way. And that's because
As someone who used to do biz dev, I kind of never want to deal with typed code again for hobbyist stuff if I can avoid it. So I'm way into visual scripting systems. It's half the reason I focus on GDevelop over Godot, Default, etc. Oh, I see. For me, it's just that I want to be able to learn traditional code so I can apply it to other things outside of game dev in the future. One of them is data visualization, because I think that'd be pretty cool to learn.
although the computer knows the distance to the ball, it doesn't know whether the ball is above or below the paddle. So it doesn't know which direction to move by. All it knows is the distance that it has to move by. So the position variable is always being reduced by this move by, and that's why it always goes up. But I need to know whether this distance variable is negative or positive.
I really enjoy the fact that this YouTuber actually really details out why he's coding it in like layman's terms, and I really appreciate that because like looking at this, yeah, it's in literal code for me. You have to know the code to understand it. So, yeah.
Meaning if the ball is above or below the paddle. So how do I get the sign of this? How do I know if this is a positive or a negative value? Well, for that, I'll use a little math trick here where I will divide the distance variable by the absolute value of itself. The absolute value is always positive. So if the distance variable starts off positive, then I take a positive divided by a positive, the answer is also positive. But if the distance value is negative, then this is a negative divided by a positive, so it keeps a negative sign. This little bit here allows me to give a sign to my move by variable. If I run this game
Whatever it's
now,
positive
I
or
get
negative,
a divide by zero error. And that's because the ball and the paddle are at the same y coordinate, so the distance variable is 0. I'm going to add a temporary line of code here that will say if the absolute value of distance is greater than 0, then we want to run this code down here. And if I run this now, the paddle doesn't begin moving until the ball is created. As soon as it is, the paddle moves towards it. So this kind of works, but there's a little bit of an issue, which you can see here. The paddle is jittery, it's quickly moving up and down. And the reason for that is because it has a fixed speed. So every time it moves towards the ball, it overshoots, and then it has to correct itself on
It's
the next
moving
frame,
very silly.
overshooting again. So it gets stuck in the cycle of constantly going back and forth because it misses its target. This move by section needs to be adapted a little bit. I'm going to swap out this first line, and now I'm going to be saying that instead of just checking if this absolute distance is greater than 0, I check whether it's greater than the maximum speed that I'm able to actually move at. If it is, then this is okay, we'll move just as normal. But if it isn't, then I have an else statement here, and my move by
If the absolute distance is greater than the paddle speed from the parent, then that means you have to move the paddle speed based on if it's a negative or a positive here. I assume with negative, based on what I saw, you go up. But if it's positive, you go down. Okay.
By is just the distance itself. So it's not going to be the maximum speed anymore, it's just the remaining distance that I need to move by to reach the ball. If I run it now, the result is slightly different. You can see the paddle moves much more smoothly towards the ball position, and then it stops. It doesn't keep jittering up and down. And that's us now done with the CPU script as well, so I can close that one down and go back into the ball. Because while we worked on the up and down movement, you notice that there's collision here that isn't really working. We're detecting a collision, but then there's no bounce back. Back inside of the ball script, where we have this move and collide function, I can actually return a value from it, which is going to be the collision. So whenever it detects the collision, it returns an object from that. Using the collision, I can then extract a collider. I'll create a variable for that to store the value when we get it. First, I need to check if a collision has actually been detected. If it has, then I can take the collider object from that collision using the built-in getCollider function. And then I can check what it's collided with.
If ball hits
the first
paddle.
check is whether I've hit one of the paddles. And that's done by comparing the collider to one of these nodes. To get
If the
node over
collider
here,
hit the
you can
player
either
or the
type it out manually,
CPU.
or just like I did previously, you can drag over the node that you're interested in, and it will add in the node name like this for you. If the ball has hit one of the paddles, then I need to do two things. The first thing is I need to increase the speed by the acceleration value. The second thing is that I need to bounce off of the paddle. And for that, we have a bounce function built into Godot, which will take the current vector as well as the collision, and it will work out the new direction that we need to move in once we bounce off the paddle. And that takes care of the ball hitting the paddles. So the other option is that if it hits one of the walls, we add an else statement down here, and I add the same code from above to bounce off of the wall. If I run the game now, I should be able to bounce these balls back and forth. So you can see it's bouncing correctly from the top, the bottom, as well as both of the paddles. And each time we hit the ball back, it actually speeds up a little bit based on the acceleration. So everything there works pretty well. However, the way the ball bounces from the paddles is a little bit predictable. In the actual Pong game, the angle of return depends on which part of the paddle was hit by the ball. This means it doesn't matter what angle the ball came in at. If the ball hits the paddle right in the middle, then it bounces off perpendicularly. But a collision further from the center bounces back with a greater angle. So I'm going to create a new function that will take care of this new direction calculation. I'll define a function called...
Oh, wrote a small explanation on how the Delta things work on nullptr Discord, so you can read it after. Thank you, Buster! Thank you! It is time for me to vanish already, but always glad to see you live, Nethyr. Have a bright night, all. Good night, Silverstreak. Thank you again for coming by and hanging out. I'm slowly getting it, but my brain is a little bit slowing down. But it's okay, because, like, I'm getting quite far and understanding, like, I'm learning how to establish nodes and always establishing them with, like, hey, with the thing that it looks like, which is, like, the color rect or whatever other variable, and then I can, like, add the collision so that it's interactable. So that is being established in my brain right now. The next step is, like, the coding part, where it's like, hey, you need to define the variables and be able to have the game already calculated so that it can simulate the interactions between each of the nodes happening in the main scene.
New direction, which will take the collider as an argument. Then I need to work out how far along the paddle the ball hit. For that, I need to know the position of the ball, and I also need to know the position of the paddle. I then calculate the distance between the two and create a local variable to store this new direction inside of. The first part when we hit the paddle is to flip the x coordinate, because now if it was going left, it goes right, and if it was going right, it goes left. It just bounces off the paddle completely. And that can be done with this little block of code. It says if the direction x property is moving to the right, i.e. is greater than 0, then we just set it to -1. But if it's moving to the left, then we set it to +1. The y variable is a little bit more tricky. We take the distance variable, which is how far the ball center is from the paddle center, and then we divide it by the height of the paddle. This gives us a ratio. The greater this distance, i.e. the further the ball is from the center, the greater this value is going to be. I need to then define what the maximum value could be, and that's going to be an additional constant right at the top. This is going to be the max y vector that we can bounce off at, and I'm going to set this to 0.6. I can then use this.
If anything, I'm curious on why he chooses 0.6 and, like, how does it impact it? So I might play with that. Just, hey, move it to 1 and see.
As the final value in this calculation. So once we get this ratio, we multiply it by the max y vector. Once we have the new direction x and y properties, we have to normalize that vector and return it back from the function. To apply this change, we go into this section here where we check for collision with one of the two paddles, and now instead of just directly bouncing off, we call that new direction function. And if I was to test this out now, every time the ball hits the CPU paddle, it's kind of bouncing off in the middle because the CPU panel matches up nicely. But if I was to hit one of the edges of my paddle, you can see that it bounces off at an angle. Same with the top and the bottom. And that makes the game a lot more unpredictable. And that's the ball script complete as well. So we can close this one down, and the only thing that's remaining is to take care of the scoring. Because we've got all of the collision.
It's funny to be at this point because like the scoring was what I had difficulty with last time. So yeah. Often these values are found by trial and error based on how good they feel. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
The ball bounces off correctly from the top, the bottom, as well as the paddles, but when the ball goes off the left and right edges, right now nothing happens. There was a reason why I set these up as area 2D nodes. If we select on one of them and go into the node here, we can see that it has a number of different signals. The one that I'm interested in is body entered. What I can do here is link the signal into my main node just like I did previously with the ball timer, and this creates a new function for me. I can do the same with my score right node as well, and link the body entered signal.
Okay. So go here, go to node, and then body entered, right? So, and then it enters
signal into here.
Into main. Okay. Okay. I need to do it for both. Node body entered. No. Okay.
Now I can populate these functions. This first one means that the ball has gone through the left hand side, and that means that the CPU is the one that scored. So I increase the score for that player. If I go back to this variable up here.
Where's the main script? Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm actually gonna do a little bit of coding right now. Ooh, let's go. Wait, am I? Oh, it's because I already done it here. Huh? Okay, yeah, I believe I already done it here.
I store the score as an array. The first value is the player score, the second value is the computer score. So that's why I'm increasing the second value by 1. That will increase the variable, but I also want to update this label up here. I can.
Interesting. So, is this already connected? Oh, I see. In that case then, since it's kind of being funky here, your on score right body shape entered, left body shaped entered, so yeah, this will be interesting.
Access it by going into my heads up display and dragging over the CPU score node. I can then go into its text property and set it to the string of.
Yeah, because like right now, since these two existed, right? I could do this. And then I'm gonna follow along. Basically, I'm gonna move these over. Okay, cool. It moved to here. So I just need to move this over. But that's the left. And then the right. There we go. We ballin'. We are balling. Balling our minds out.
Of this score value. Once the score is updated, I also want to restart that ball timer so that we get another ball generated. And now I can do the same for the other function. This one is going to record the score for the player, so it's going to be the first index at index 0. Additionally, it's no longer the CPU score label, it's now the player score label. So if I test this out, I can try and get a couple of points. So if I miss the first one, now the CPU has scored.
Oh, okay. Control S. Let's see if it's playable. Oh, okay. So the point... Huh, interesting. The point should have changed. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see the jittering issue. Interesting. Okay, I'm experiencing a bug. Because if you look at this, it's still moving, even though the paddle went through. So, that's a problem. Let's see, what happens? Can I get a point? Okay. Something's happening here. Something's happening here.
It's actually very difficult to beat the AI on this, so I'm very unlikely to score anything, but you can see that the scoring is working correctly, and once the score is done, we generate
Wait, my score's not working?
Going into my heads-up display and dragging over the CPU score node. I can then go into its text property and set it.
That's probably why. Ooh, I really have to like do it from scratch myself then. Okay, okay. Because like the issue is that they just need to connect. So what I could do is yes, I'm literally just copying it because I want to make sure it works properly. Okay. Let's try that. Control S. Oh, the point is still not appearing. Alright. Interesting. Huh.
To the string of this score value. Once the score is updated, I also want to restart that ball timer so that we get another ball generated. And now I can do the same for the other function. This one is going to record the score for the player, so it's going to be the first index at index 0. Additionally, it's no longer the CPU score label, it's now the player score label. So if I test this out,
Want a hint or debug it yourself? I'm gonna debug it myself because I'm gonna need to figure out myself for this.
I can try and get a couple of points. So if I miss the first one, now the CPU has scored. It's actually very difficult to beat the
Thank
AI
you for
on this,
asking,
so I'm very
though.
unlikely to score anything, but you can see that the scoring is working correctly, and once the score is done, we generate a new ball at a random direction. And now you have a fully functioning Pong game.
I have a feeling it's with the oh my goodness. Is it player? I have a feeling it's a player. Yeah, I need to look through this video. I need to tap through to see like, hey, does it match? Does it match? Okay, we're gonna make it a little smaller so that we can compare contrast it. Actually, yeah, I could just do that.
Complete with some AI node, but that function is inside of a different node. So
Is it? I think it's with ball timer, huh? Is it with ball? Is it with ball? Are we not balling?
so how do I get that ball here?
The parameter body is never used in the function. Oh. Narrowing the conversion. Error call. Oh, yeah, it's within that. Okay. Emit signal P. Error calling from signal body entered callable. I am not so sure what that means, but I know it's something related to the body. So where is? Yeah, I'm looking for a reference in the coding here. I have a feeling I'll just delete this and then rewrite it myself. I think that's what needs to happen. I think that's what needs to happen. Like, I have to write it myself. You know, I kind of wish this was in chapters.
Predictable. And that's the ball script complete as well. So we can close this one down, and the only thing actually remaining is to take care of the scoring. Because we've got all of the collision, the ball bounces off correctly from the top, the bottom, as well as the paddles, but when the ball goes off the left and right edges, right now nothing happens. There was a reason why I set these up as area 2D nodes. If we select on one of them and go into the node here, we can see that it has a number of different signals. The one that I'm interested in is body entered. What I can do here is link the signal into my main.
Okay, I'm gonna disconnect all of it. And then I'm gonna try rewriting it from scratch. So what I'm seeing here is that score left, I click entered body. And then entered. Okay, that appears there. Perfect. It's reestablished. And then with this one here, body entered. Connect. There we go.
Node, just like I did previously with the ball timer. And this creates a new function for me. I can do the same with my score right node as well, and link the body entered signal into here. Now I can populate these functions. This first one means that the ball has gone through the left hand side, and that means that the CPU is the one that scored. So I increase the score for that player. If I go back to this variable up here, I store the score as an array. The first value is the player score, the second value is the computer score. So that's why I'm increasing the second value by 1. That will increase the variable, but I also want to update this label up here. I can access it by going into my heads up display and dragging over the CPU score node. I can then go into its text property and set it to the string of this score value. Once the score is updated, I also want to restart that ball timer so that we get another ball generated. And now I can do the same for the other function. This one is going to record the score for the player, so it's going to be the first index at index 0.
The ball timer. Start. I require more food. Net, give more code. No! You are not eating my code. Stop it. You like that.
Additionally, it's no longer the CPU score label, it's now the player score label.
Okay. So, let's see here. 4 plus equals 1, and then we want the HUD player score. Okay. 4.
So if I test this out, I can
And then we want ball timer.
try and get a couple of points. So if I miss the first one, now the CPU has scored.
And then Control S. Let's see how this goes. Okay, get the point. Yeah, the point works! Okay, it works. Alright, I had to like manually reconnect everything. I did it! I debugged it! Oh, this is very fast. Oh! Fudge. This is a very strong AI. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did it! I coded! I finished my first playable little game. It worked! I did it! Although, kinda not, because I didn't write the whole thing from scratch myself. I just downloaded the project, and then I just followed the tutorial. But I did it! I did it. Whoa, this ball goes fast. Okay, I want to see. Can I beat the AI? Can I beat myself? It's a— oh no! This is really hard. Okay, honestly, like if I want to improve this, I need to have a little easy mode for me. Like a little easy mode. Please do not eat more of my code. How dare you? Please. Oh. Please. Oh, but we did it. We did it, y'all. We finished Pong. And am I doing well? Not really. The AI oh! Wow, this AI— oh, fudge. Damn, this AI is strong. Oh my gosh. It feels like the AI can move faster than me. Like, really fast. So I'm trying to think about, like, how would I further improve this? Well, definitely easy mode. So if I want to make an easy mode, oh, I won! I did it! I got it! Okay. That happened. Nice. Okay, maybe I should have, like, a win thing. Okay, now I understand the importance of, like, start menus and stuff like that. So, okay. So that it can define an end. Ooh. What? No! Oh! Damn. Okay. But yeah, I did it! I'm really happy! Oh! But I'm losing. Here. Let me show y'all. Okay, let's reset this. Okay, we Control S. Let's see, can I beat the AI? Yeah, something I would add is probably menus. So like, are you ready to start and something so that, hey, oh! Okay, fine. Oh! I was only able to get 1 point with this dang AI. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh! No, I messed up. Okay, I lost control. I realized that AI can move really quickly. Like when they really want to. Like, come on. Honestly, if I want to make this like a more chat-friendly Twitch game, like a Twitch mini game, I would have to make the AI a little bit slower. So that there's a fairer chance, because the current speed of this freaking AI is very fast. And even I have trouble winning, like 0 to 4. Come on. Good job. Thank you. I'm thinking my next— okay, so I need y'all help. I want y'all to help me decide what is the next classic game I should try remaking for next week. What? Oh, no! Do you see this? Like, the AI is a lot faster than me. I think that turn-based games are better for stream that's true. That is very true. I do think it'd be kind of funny if there was like a dating sim where you're like trying to get along with AI Nethyr and you get more lore. Oh, I got a point. Okay, I got a point. Let's go. Tetris or Space? Oh, I love Space Invaders. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a hard choice. But I want y'all to decide for me, like, what games we should try remaking. So let's go. Go. Oh. Damn. Okay. I can only get 1 freaking point. This is difficult. Very difficult. Okay, I'm just gonna let it go play. But let's make another poll. New poll. What's the next classic game Nethyr will make? If you want to vote, go jump into my Twitch because the poll will appear there. We need a pixelated version like old Resident Evil games or Dino Crisis. Oh, maybe when I have a little bit more experience, we could try recreating more complicated ones, but that would like take more than 1 stream. Alright, so I see Tetris. I really like Tetris. There's a song by aespa that I personally want to cover, and it's from the Tetris movie. And I'm like, that would be so fun. Space Invaders is one of them I see in chat. Minesweeper. Yes, Minesweeper. I know there's a tutorial for each of these. Okay, I'm gonna have those 3 be the our suggestions for tonight. So I'm gonna have this poll go on for 5 minutes or so. So go ahead and vote. What's the next classic game I will attempt to make on stream live? We'll go from there. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining along. I hope y'all learned a little something. Even though it's a beginner thing, it's pretty cool to see how other people like pull this off all together. Me excited. Oh, also art. Yes, this is my wallpaper. One of my art friends made a scaly version of me. It's really cute. It's very cute. Am I a scaly though? I don't know, but I can admire.
To beat the AI on this, so I'm very unlikely to score any.
You did great. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, we should probably figure out on who to raid since we finished our thingy. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks for the stream. It was fun to finally catch you. Like, yeah, it was nice to see you too. I'm thinking of raiding my friend Volshock. So Volshock is also in the game dev industry, like me. And he runs a shop. A potion shop. It's very cool. So that's what I'm thinking of raiding for tonight. Actually, let me check like how his stream is doing. Has he been streaming a long time? Hopefully not a long time. Okay, he's been streaming for about 59-ish minutes. If there are any suggestions, let me know, because I don't mind meeting new people. Also, I'm kind of shy though, so keep that in mind. Ooh, there's Melly. She's playing Elden Ring. I haven't seen. Oh, there's Nahi. She's playing Minecraft. Oh, Nahi is so sweet. Nahi's such a sweetheart. I'm thinking to myself, who do I want to raid for sure? I kind of want to see Melly again. Melly Arise? I have not seen her in ages. She's so sweet too. Intended for certain audiences. Oh, yeah, adult. I prefer someone a little more family friendly. Just a teeny bit. I feel like Volshock is a little bit more friendly. We're gonna go with Volshock. Yeah. We're gonna go with Volshock. Oh yeah, the poll is still going. Poll is still going. But yes, I'm gonna continue this little series until my re-debut. I could probably continue recreating games after my re-debut, but I feel like this is a good way to like really get a good hand on Godot, because a few little projects I want to do in the future, I want to do interactive Twitch stuff, so like interactive overlays, which is why I'm making my own overlay so that they can be a little bit more interactive. Twitch mini games. I've seen KT make them, and I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool to try out and to like really make. Another one would be like making retro games that like I grew up with, because I really love Mystery Dungeon, but what if you made it with a VTuber theme? Like, imagine you are making a VTuber RPG party for a mystery dungeon and stuff, and like the dungeons are actually like different agencies to defeat. And the final bosses of each of those dungeons slash agencies is the CEO. I just think it'd be really funny. Or dating sim. Making dating sims would be fun. I made one before. In a game jam. It was so fun. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna view the results because it's almost ending. So let me go ahead and view them. Dun, 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 dun. Next up, we're gonna learn dating sim net. Maybe actually, if there was a dating sim of me, would you guys play it? Like, would you play my route if I'm in a dating sim? Question mark? I feel like one of the routes has to be like trying to transform me into a chinchilla. That is definitely one of the routes you guys would want, but it's an Easter egg route. You would not be able to access that route in normal circumstances. Ooh, someone is calling me. Someone is calling me. So I guess I need to raid soon. Actually, I can mute myself, right? I can mute. Okay, cool. I am back. Is my music back? Is my music playing? Hello? There we go. My music is playing. There we go. Wait, has it been quiet this whole time? Hello? Desktop audio? Nope, the music is off. Where's the music? Oh, I see. There is the music. Okay. Okay, cool. So our next game will be Space Invaders. I'm very excited for that one because that is a game like I played a lot I still play it to this day. So I will try finding a Space Invaders tutorial and we're going to try following that. It might be quite the big jump. Oh, it's still off? Okay. How about now? It should be a little bit better. Actually, let's go back to the chatting room. Yeah, it's just a bit soft. Yeah. Alright, cool. So thank you all, everybody, for hanging out with me. We made a game that actually freaking works. Last time it did not work, so I'm pretty stoked. We made a little game, Pong, one of the first video games in North America, and was made by Atari, and it was sold in home consoles and in arcade systems. So really cool that we got to make a little bit of history. Alright, so we will be raiding Vulshock tonight, my friend. I met him at Offkai. He is such a sweetheart, and he loves visual novels as well. He loves Monster Prom, and I really want to play Monster Con with him sometime if he's chill with that. But yeah, here's our raid message. We made Pong! It was really nice to watch the stream. Thank you once again for another great stream, Nethyr. Yeah, thank you for coming by, Tenguris. It's nice seeing you around. Okay, so the raid message is just we made Pong. I feel like that's the most appropriate. So our little message just like we made Pong. We made Pong. Short and sweet, you know? Because it works out. Okay. Can I get this out? Okay. Where is it? We are going to raid the channel. Vulshock. He is currently playing Mecha Break. We're gonna hang out for a little bit with him. Oh, he's in a BRB screen. Oh no, he might be ending stream. Okay, Okay, it might be a bit too late. We have to go find someone else. Oh no. Oh no, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Where will I go? Where will I live? What shall I do? If there's any other suggestions, let me know. Let me know. Ooh, 12? I prefer someone that I'm following already. Someone that I follow. I mean, there's Melly. Alright, you know what? You know what, Melly? Melly. Okay. I think we're gonna just raid Melly. Because I know she's such a sweetheart. So we're gonna start the raid, alright? Alright, Nethyzens, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Our next stream will be this Friday. We will be playing a video game. It is Mabinogi, a 22-year-old MMORPG that I grew up with and I really love because of how customized it is. We will be grinding because I am trying to get a very specific outfit that you can only get by doing some dailies. So we're gonna try really, really hard at that, alright? See you next time. And yeah, just do your best, everyone, this week. We got this. I know y'all are working, but we will get through this. We are almost there to the weekend once again. Hey Aki, hello! I was just about to end. We are going to raid my friend Melly. Oh gosh, right at the tail end, rip, yeah. Yeah, but my game works. My game works. I made a game that is playable, that actually takes in score. I am so happy. And our next stream for this Classics edition, we will be making Space Invaders next week. Next Monday. So I'm gonna see how far I could get with Space Invaders. So yeah, pretty excited for that. And we'll be ready in a few seconds, alright? So with that, good night, Nethyzens!